Alrighty, now that we got our cam thrust set up, that's done. Before I put the accessory drive pulley on, I want to put a new gasket in here. So now I got to take this thing back off. This also was installed just so that I could get paint on this thing and have something to do while I was waiting for some of these other things. That should just come right out of there. Yep, there we go. Alright, there's our new gasket. Slice that open and get him out of here. This gasket was really tough to find, but we got one. I guess it's gonna go just like that. And then I have to put these guys in as my studs because I don't have any fine thread studs like this thing, what that timing cover takes. There we go. Okay, back to the motor. Okay, let's spline that guy. Well, I guess I'll get these lined up first. There we go. That should just kind of find its spot in there, I guess. There we go. Alright, now we'll get these guys in here. Then I gotta torque these up again. There we go. And then these guys. There. Okay, while we're at it, I'm going to throw this stuff back on because it's all out of the paint now. And I guess that just goes like that. Torque this back up again because it is, after all... Oh, I got a ways to go here yet. There we go. It is the oil pan, so I want to make sure that that stays tight like it's supposed to. Guess I'm going to use a lineup bar to hold that thing in position because it really wants to rotate. I don't want it to. There we go. Now, according to the way that is, this would have to go this way. Something like that. So then this, you know what, I'm going to get another washer. There, this way we can have a washer on both sides of this clamp. There wasn't originally like that, but I'm going to do that because I think it's going to hold better. Wow, why is it so high? I don't like the way this is going to be sitting there. It's either going to be like sticking way up like that, or I got to crunch it way down there, and neither one of those seems right. Maybe this isn't the right clamp that actually belongs on here. Maybe somebody just stuck that on, I don't know. I got an idea here. What would happen if I just flipped that thing upside down? Now, if I took this way, put in there, that's way better. I don't think that's the way it was when I took this apart though. Let's see here. Almost kicks it out a little bit too far. Now it snakes like that. Maybe I should take that spacer out of there. This always happens to me because I just can't leave well enough alone. There, I think that's as good as it's gonna get. That's better than anything else. I like it, that's good enough. It's got a little bit of a whoop in it, but with the positioning options that I have here, I kinda don't have a lot of choice. I got space there, got space in between there, so I think that'll be okay. It's not perfect, but it's close. I got my accessory drive pulley here, and we got some high flex, and I'm going to use that to press on the new bushing. So let's get a look at this guy and make sure this is going to be all right. So it looks like this side has a lot more taper, so I take it that's going to be the up. And this thing is oily. Hang on a second. If it's oily, then the sealant isn't going to do anything, and I just put a little bit of sealant on there just to make really sure that all the little pits and grooves and stuff are going to be filled in and taken care of. Just a little bit, and then we just put a light coat of that all the way around this thing. And just like if you do this on a gasket or something else, whatever is excess is just going to get squished right off. Alright, so like I say, that side's more tapered than that side, so I take it we're going to go this way to help the seal installation, or help it install in the seal, through the seal better. That guy on there, I need something like this. Yeah, alright. If I have this all kind of lined up halfway proper, it should try and center itself and just go straight down. And I should be able to bottom that out. That's the way the old one was. That's it. There we go, new sleeve. So I built a tool for installing those things. That guy right there. So that accessory pulley has to be pressed onto here, but you can't press it because this all just moves, right? So really what you have to do is hang it on here, and then you have to kind of pull the shaft and push the pulley and force them together. So you need a tool to do that, and there is a special tool from Cummins for that. I just made my own. So the way this works is that forcing screw is threaded on the inside. It's the same thread as that shaft. So it threads onto there. Just like that. Then we take our protective sleeve out of here, and we're going to take that pulley and we're going to line the keyway up with that guy. No lube on the seal. And if you look in there, you can see the keyway is lined up with the pin. Then we take the bushing, put that over top, and I got a couple of washers here with a thrust bearing. So that turns really nice and easy, so that way it shouldn't be real difficult forcing it in. And I got an 1¼ inch nut. Screw that on there. And we should be able to just force this guy together. So, like this, you just run it around and around and around. And we're just going to pull that pulley right into place. Okay, that seems like it's tight right there. Back this all off of here. Unscrew this guy back off. And there we go. Pressed on there, all nice and beautiful. Stick a new washer on and our nut, and we're ready to torque. 310 foot-pounds on that guy, so this might roll over. I did put a bar in the thing to jam it. No, seems like it's working. Okay, and then this big bubble's got to get on there. This thing is very, very heavy. Something like that. Oh, if I can hold it in place here. I'm just going to put one bolt in for now, just to hold it on there. Because these bolts are actually supposed to be installed with a little bit of 1540 motor oil. So I'm going to be using the LB8012 because that's what I like to use for fasteners. And 190 foot-pounds on these. Got my little pry bar in there to hold the flywheel. There we go, that feller's on there. And yoink! Starter time. I got the spacer plate all painted up, so we'll stick him in there. Looks like about there. They gave the starter a real quick paint job as well, so, you know, at this point, everything kind of needs to match. Okay, starter's on, and that means this guy can go on. Oh, that's so satisfying pulling that tape off. Nice. Oh, look, I can see the motor inside. Hello, crankshaft. Put our gasket in place. And we'll put this on there with 2 bolts. We'll start it that way. Nope, that's got to go inside. There we go. You guys that pay really close attention, you will probably have seen that I don't torque every single bolt. For me, it's a time and a place thing. I think it's unreasonable to go around and torque every single bolt. But when it comes to anything that spins, or anything with a gasket, or anything that's like structural, like, you know, something like main bearing caps or something, then I like to have them torqued. So that guy got a little shot of paint and got it cleaned up all nice. And so I did for this guy. Well, I think this is starting to look pretty awesome. Getting a lot of pieces bolted onto the outside and just about ready to drop that motor in. Oh, there we go, guys, and just like that, that motor is sitting back in its spot. We just got to finish doing up some of the motor mount stuff and get all the bell housing bolts in the back done. I got to adjust the clutch and put all the clutch stuff in there. I'm probably not going to film any of that because it's really inconvenient to be down in the bottom filming that stuff. There's barely enough room up here for me to stick my head or my arm, let alone having a camera that I'm knocking down all the time. But that's what it looks like. Progress! I like it.